Today I'm going to be reviewing my cheap and trusty drywall sander. Now I only use this on small patches, but it's cheap and it works well enough for its price. And it is the Richards drywall sander. In some parts of the States it might be called Hyde. So just looks like this. It's just this cheap and kind of crappy thing. Now, when I first started using it for the first couple of years, I used these and I actually hated this thing. So it is not user friendly. It flips around, it gouges, it scratches. And when you use these, it leaves a horrible mesh grid, which is completely unacceptable for a finished product. However, one day while going through Rona, I found these amazing screens. So you may have to do some digging to find these. Richard Drywall perforated sandpaper. So once I found these, they're not intended to be used with the vacuum sander, but they work really well. So I use it on my big old vacuum. So there's not a lot to it. It's got a bunch of different size adapters, so you can find one that works for your vacuum. I've got 180 grit sandpaper on here. 180 leaves a decent finish. And then you just need a painting pole. It is not as easy and does not always leave as nice finish as a good quality sanding pole. But I don't have to do any dust protection, and it's even good enough that I don't really have to wear a mask. And I can sand all of these walls and all the patches I have. So I almost forgot, this doesn't get you into the corners, and I don't recommend pushing it into the corners or you're gonna gouge the sides. To finish off sanding, I just use a sponge and I just hold my vacuum close by to help pick up most of the airborne dust. It still helps keep it a lot cleaner. So it's not perfect, and it does like to flip. Like, so when you're first using it, you might really struggle with the thing gouging edges or flipping over. Never push a vacuum sander like this. Guaranteed gonna flip. I use it on a bit of an angle when I push it most of the time. There's two reasons. One, you cover a greater surface area faster, and the second is it's less likely to leave any direct lines because you're not going in line with the pad. So it's a little bit frustrating at first, but for a cheap vacuum sander that you can buy at just about any of the big box hardware stores, I found it really effective. There was a time where I was almost willing to invest about $4,000 into a Festool vacuum sander, because for a while I worked exclusively as a taping contractor, like a drywall contractor. However, I'm grateful I didn't because I already ruined my neck and shoulder from drywall. So if you're looking for a good and effective drywall sander, this combination has worked really well for me. Helps me keep the dust out of my customer's house and having to cut down on the protection I have to do. And it just generally saves a lot of hassle. So to summarize, cheap, effective, not very user-friendly. So there is a learning curve. However, I do recommend it. Just don't expect to get perfect results when you first start using it. Anyways, I hope you found this useful. Thanks for watching Vancouver Carpenter. Till next time.